I inherited the old house from a distant relative, a crumbling relic hidden on the outskirts of town. They say the place is haunted, but I didn't believe in ghosts. I was looking for a fresh start, a sanctuary to escape the chaos of my life. Little did I know I was bringing more than just my belongings into that empty space. On my first night, I felt it, a cold shiver creeping down my spine. I brushed it off as nerves, but deep down I knew something was wrong. As darkness enveloped the house, shadows danced along the walls, flickering in the candlelight. I tried to shake off the feeling of being watched, but the sensation only grew stronger. The next night, I saw him. A figure stood just beyond the reach of the dim light, a man with a wide-brimmed hat and a shadowy form that seemed to absorb the darkness around him. My heart raced and I quickly turned away, convincing myself it was just a trick of the light. But that moment marked the beginning of my torment. Each night he returned, lurking in the corners of my vision. I would catch glimpses of him in mirrors and doorways, a constant reminder of his presence. I tried to ignore him, but it became impossible. He fed off my fear, drawing closer each time I let my guard down. Desperate for answers, I scoured the local library, searching for stories of shadowy figures. I discovered that many had encountered the same entity, a malevolent spirit that thrived on fear and despair. The more I read, the more I felt trapped in his web. Determined to confront him, I prepared for the next night. Armed with knowledge, I set up candles around the room, creating a circle of light that felt like a fragile shield. I closed my eyes, steeling myself against the dread that washed over me. When he appeared, I was ready. "Why are you here?" I demanded, my voice trembling. The air grew colder and I felt his presence shift like a wave of darkness enveloping me. "I'm here to watch," he replied, his voice a low, rumbling whisper. "You're never alone." In that moment, I understood. He was not just a shadow, he was a reflection of my own fears and insecurities, feeding off the darkness within me. I felt the weight of my past crashing down, regrets, failures, all the pain I had tried to bury. But instead of retreating, I chose to confront him. "You don't own me," I declared, standing tall against the overwhelming terror. "I won't let you take control anymore." The shadow shifted, and for the first time I saw a flicker of uncertainty in his form. I pressed on, pouring out my fears, facing each one head-on. With each confession I felt the shadows recede, the light growing stronger. In a final surge of determination, I turned the light of my acceptance towards him. "You can't hurt me," I said firmly. "I refuse to let you define my life." With that, the shadow man began to fade, retreating back into the darkness from which he came. I felt a weight lift off my shoulders as the room brightened and the oppressive feeling of dread dissolved. Now, the house feels different, lighter, filled with a sense of peace. The shadows no longer linger in the corners, and I've reclaimed my space. But there's a part of me that knows he's still out there, watching from the shadows. And while I've learned to live with my fears, I also know that I must remain vigilant. After all, some shadows never truly disappear, they simply wait for the right moment to return. If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe for more original horror stories. And as always, thank you for watching.